Thank you.
Back at it again, Blackout Pod. We are live-ish from the North Hollywood fourth wall with Travis on the ones and twos as always.
What up?
And today I'm so excited for this guest because I feel like maybe in a couple of months he wouldn't have been able to fit it in. This guy is going to skyrocket to the fucking top. You may have seen him on the Sonic Temple Music and Arts Festival. He's open for Steve-O, Michelle Wolf, Theo Vaughn, Brian Callen. He's on the Clusterfest Next Up stage. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
And he will be fucking back handspringing into your Netflix feed, probably in the next fucking 2 years. This guy's going straight to the top. Shapel Lacey. Yeah.
I like that intro.
Bam.
You know how to do this.
Yeah, I fucking
You
wrote
get
that
it.
down earlier. Hold on, I got one more thing too.
Yeah.
You ready?
Uh-huh.
Travis, you ready?
I'm ready.
Oh, how you do that from your phone?
I just got a little app.
Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't know there was an app for that.
3, 2, 1.
Now we're British. Shit, dude.
I don't know what. Yeah, just maybe I heard the 3, 2, 1. I was like,
Yeah, there's a hey too. It just goes hey.
That's so strange.
Like, why do you need that? I don't get why you need that.
You see, it's funny because like the DJs, that's what they have, that 3, 2, 1.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Punk's got like that.
It always reminds me of like,
What? There you go. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it reminds me of fucking like Tiesto, like corny club DJs. Like,
Yeah.
It'll just be like do 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 like
Yeah.
Fuck, dude. Yeah, well, I.
What?
think-
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I'm so excited to have you in here. Seriously, I feel
Yeah.
like in the next few months you're not gonna have any fucking time in your schedule.
It's been crazy.
Yeah, that's nuts.
And it's so funny because everyone's like, man, you're just like out there. I go, I spend a lot of time at Starbucks.
Which Starbucks?
Where
You don't have to give it away. People might.
Oh, yeah. I ain't telling y'all shit.
People try to find you.
Yeah, I know, right? Starbucks in Arizona.
I feel bad because Chris D'Elia will post stuff about hanging out at the Coffee Bean, and I feel like people are stalking the Coffee Bean now.
Oh,
Just fucking like the Coffee Bean on Sunset. He's just there with his legs spread. Fucking, there he is. That poor guy. He's so big.
He's
that
great.
People are going nuts about him.
yeah, he's great.
Yeah,
He's a
dude.
solid dude. That's the first person I met in comedy.
Oh, no shit?
Yeah.
That's cool. I don't know if I've met any, like, big names. I'm trying to think. J.D. Witherspoon, who's, he's big. His dad was John Witherspoon.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't think anybody, like, giant yet.
Yeah.
Dat fan, who's here all the time.
He is here all the time.
Diaz
Yeah.
used to come here all the time, which is pretty dope.
Who did?
Joey Diaz.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
I forgot
yeah.
about that.
He gave me some gangster advice. He's a badass.
He is a badass.
Yeah, he seems really fucking cool. He just seems like one of those dudes who's just the same everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, you're one of those people who I feel like maybe I'm just being really presumptuous, but I feel like I instantly was like, yeah, I could see being friends with this guy. I those people that you just get right
Yeah.
away. You're like, yeah, this is a real solid dude.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's why you're probably so likable on stages. Like, you're not only super talented comic, but you're just like, you seem exactly how you are on stage, exactly you are same off stage. Like, it's just, you just seem like a good dude.
Yeah, I mean, I tried it. It's so funny. I work really hard at it.
Yeah.
I work really
right
hard
there
at
with
being
you.
a good person.
Yeah.
I do. I spend a lot of time just fucking, a lot of time journaling, to be honest, and on how to like any situation that comes my way, something negative. I just journal about like how not to be that person.
Yeah.
So I do a lot of that, and I've done just, I was crazy back in the day.
Yeah.
So it's like I don't want to be that anymore. There's just a lot of fucking and it's so exhausting.
Where'd you grow up?
Phoenix, Arizona.
Phoenix, Arizona. Okay,
Well,
cool. Did
yeah.
you grow up around like the punk scene and stuff?
Yes, we actually had a pretty dope punk rock scene.
It was like, how old are you?
I'm 32.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so because I got into punk rock when I was like 14.
Okay.
But it seemed like there were more touring bands in general, and then like in Salt Lake, where I'm from, we had like more local bands, and then it just kind of died. So maybe it was about the same.
Dude. Yeah, no, exactly what
Yeah.
you just said. We had like so fucking many, and then all of a sudden it just kind of like faded out.
We had a couple like grimy clubs that would put them on and stuff,
Yeah,
and then
same.
suddenly it just
Suddenly it just stopped, man. But it was a big, like obviously like not too many people knew about it, but if you knew about it, you knew it was a big thing.
yeah.
You know, that's how it was, you know. And then, you know, because I got into like the 80s hardcore. That was like my first experience of punk. And then, you know, got into the ska as well. I fuck with ska pretty heavy. And then all of a sudden, like all those other bands started, like those pop punk
Yeah.
bands started coming around, like the Newfound Glory,
Yeah.
Saves the Day
Yeah.
kind of stuff. You know what I mean? Which like I can't talk shit about that stuff. Like I mean, it's a different thing, but like I fuck with songs, but not albums.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's how I was with that stuff. Like I was like, oh, okay, you know, I can get down with that song, but like
That first Fall Out Boy album is pretty great.
that
Take This to Your Grave is what it's called.
is that like the blue, like a blue cover?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When they first came out. And
Yeah,
they
I
were
like some
still-
songs on that
They
album.
were still kind of like hardcore kids, but they sang.
Yeah.
But yeah, because I grew up in like, I was like a straight edge kid, so I grew up.
Oh, you were part of that scene?
Yeah, but I mean, like, I was never.
Did you get crazy?
No, because I'm not a tough guy. So like, I
Yeah.
just fucking like. So it's the same as you, except you probably knew how to fucking fight, and I didn't. So like,
Yeah.
I learned, like, I got in fights and stuff, but I just like, I didn't have, like, first of all, in my mind, like, when I get into a fight, I immediately am like, just apologize and walk away, and like, because I'm just like, I don't want to do this anymore. And but I had such a fucking temper.
Yeah. I was the kind of dude that it was just like, I need to hurt you.
Yeah. I was like that, but I didn't have the ability.
Yeah. I was
Like, I guess I
I
did.
have
I
to
don't
hurt
know.
you.
Yeah.
You know, I have to hurt you badly.
So what changed?
Anger management.
Oh, okay. So you did? Was it like voluntary or was it?
It's never voluntary.
That's very.
I was like, I don't know anyone with anger problems that just goes, you know what? I'm gonna just walk into this anger management class.
You never know. I don't know.
Yeah,
dude.
I don't
Yeah, I
think
think
it happens like that.
I think they make you do anger management.
Yeah.
Have you ever done anger management, Travis?
No, I've never been caught that angry, I guess.
There you go. Yeah, because I had to do it in high school and I had to do it in college.
So it was like a chronic problem.
Yeah. Well, because I come from a very violent upbringing.
Oh shit!
I grew up in an abusive stepfather. He's like, there it is. My stepfather was like super abusive, so
Oh, shit.
all I knew was like violence. That's all I knew how to react.
Yeah. Well, it makes
You know
sense.
what I mean? So it like, you know, obviously I didn't think it wasn't normal to act that way. I thought it was just like, oh, this is the fucking world.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, especially and then you go into like the punk scene and all that stuff. It's like
Yeah,
that's
that was beautiful. That was what was beautiful about punk, because that was like that's where we're like, there was just something about the pit. You know what I mean? Those circle pits
yeah.
and all that stuff, and you just really got out a lot of like aggression. You know, so it matched it. But it was like, I don't know. It was what was different is like, obviously, you know, someone falls, you know, you're picking that person up. You're not trying to fucking, you know, hurt anybody, but like, yeah, we want to fucking push each other, and you know, we want to stage dive, and we want to fucking go crazy.
It
You
was
know,
not like that in hardcore pits.
Yeah, those are different. See, yeah, I was the '80s hard, like,
Yeah, because that shit's it's better music too.
yeah, and I loved it, dude. It was great. Like, you know, punk rock was that thing for me that where I felt most accepted.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And what really did it for me was when I went and saw Circle Jerks and GBH. They were doing a co-headlining tour of the States, and Circle Jerks were on stage playing, and the last song they did was a Black Flag song because Keith Morris
yeah.
was the first singer of Black Flag, and I was just like, fuck, like this is my chance to like fucking, see a Black Flag dude from Black Flag sing a Black Flag song. Like this is, going to be an experience for me.
Yeah.
I remember they were playing this. It was one of the bigger clubs in Arizona, like that bigger concert venues, and we like at punk shows it was just weird because there was barricades up, which we all thought was like weird. You know what I mean? Because like at punk shows, it's not
unless it's like Warped Tour or something.
Yeah, this is like Warped Tour or something. But like there, it was just kind of like weird that there was barricades. So, so he was like, "Come up if you want to sing it." You know what I mean? And I was like, "Fuck, I got to go up and sing this song." So, they start playing it, that opening riff, and then I hop over to go sing the song. Well, I get tackled by the security guard. I get tackled fucking hard. You know what I mean? And he was a bigger dude, and I wasn't as big as I am now. You know what I mean? I was a lot smaller, and he tackled me, and we broke like a speaker or something.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. We broke something. I can't remember, something wood, and he was like holding me down. He wouldn't let me get up. And I was like freaking out. You know what I mean? I was like, what the fuck is going on? And all of a sudden, like, so he's on top of me, holding me down, and I see his head like bobbing like that, like that. And I was like, what the fuck's going on? And all I hear is just, get the fuck off him, get the fuck off of him. And then security gets off of me, and fucking dude reaches his hands out, and it was Keith Morris of the Circle Jerks.
Yeah, that's
and
so
he
cool.
fucking pulled me up, and he pulls me up on stage, and he picks the mic back up, he's singing the song, and I'm singing over his shoulder, and then he fucking looks at me, and he gives me the mic.
Yeah.
And he let me fucking finish the song.
Jesus Christ.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And it was one of the fucking craziest, like that's when I knew, oh, like this is where my heart is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This is where it's really at. Like, I was like, because a lot of punks, we come from a lot of like fucked up shit. Obviously, like, there's something wrong with our brains for us to just fucking make this crazy music and really enjoy it and really just fucking get down with it. There's something behind it, that aggression.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's coming from somewhere. So to be in a room full of people that really feel it and really understand it, and it's all about us coming together, that was the first time I felt like unity, if you will.
It's like ADD medication. You know what I mean? Where like for some people it's just like it really dials them in, and then for other people they're like, "What the fuck is this?" And they get all like crazy. Yeah, I feel like that's what punk rock is like. Like some
that is a perfect explanation.
That's a good way to put that.
Yeah,
that is a very perfect.
I'm a very intelligent man. That's You
went to school.
He's
I
educated.
dabbled.
I
dabbled in school.
But yeah, it was that was like it was
That was
like
a fluke that I came up with that. I'm not cocky at all.
This is beautiful though. It's really nice.
But it's true. I just came up with that. That's so weird because some people like with punk. Man, I remember listening to it, and my mom was okay with it. My dad hated it.
Mm-hmm.
But I loved, like, I tried to listen to the like hardcore that was popular when I was straight edge, like the jun 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 with the breakdowns and shit.
Yeah.
And like I liked going to the shows because I was an angry 14 to 15, 16-year-old kid who liked throwing my arms around. But man, it's fucking brutal shit. Like, especially in Salt Lake.
That's that swinging shit, right?
Yeah, but like there were just a lot of like I have a lot of friends who are that I kept out of it, but like man, it's just some fucked up shit where people who just would have otherwise not been able to thrive in society unless they were in that scene, but not in a good way. Like they should fucking be in prison.
Damn, that's
yeah. Like there's some people who were just like, I saw some crazy shit. I saw a girl get knocked out once, and then her husband or boyfriend at the same time. Like it was nuts. And like
see, that's what I'm saying. Those shows are different, man.
Yeah.
Like, cause I went to Slipknot.
Man.
I went to Slipknot back in like 2008. And it was at like a amphitheater type thing, so it was like they had the lawn and they had the seats, and we were on the lawn, and like it was just nuts. They were lighting fires, not Slipknot, but the people in the crowd.
Yeah,
and so like
they were
putting plastic in these fires. So it was so bad. And like, you know, that when that plastic burns,
Yeah.
it just, you know, and so this dude was like, yo, man, hey, like, let's put this out. Like, it's, you know, fucking up everybody's breathing and shit. And all of a sudden, some dude comes out and he tried to, the dude that was trying to stomp it out gets fucking socked in the face and his lip got fucking split, dude.
Oh,
and he was just like, he just couldn't stop bleeding. You know what I mean? Because I think it's because he had alcohol in him. So like, you know, like when you got alcohol in you, that blood like really thins. And so, dude was like, that's what I'm saying. Those concerts are just way fucking different than like the punk rock shows. Man.
Yeah, man. Because dude, punk shows were so fucking fun.
Yeah, those are great.
I saw GBH once. GBH was so much fun.
That's the band I've seen the most.
Really? Oh
Yep.
shit, that's so cool.
Yeah.
Do you have another favorite band besides Black Flag?
Yeah, besides Black Flag, GBH, shit. Damn, that's always a tough question. Oasis.
Oasis. God.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Have you seen them?
No, I never got
Have
to.
you? What's the dude's name who sings for Oasis?
Liam.
Liam. Have you heard his Stern interview?
No.
It's good, man. It's a good
I need
one.
to listen to it.
He talks
Yeah.
shit on his brother.
Oh, yeah.
It's
They have
so
like the
fucking
biggest
funny.
fucking
they
rivalry.
hate each other.
Yeah, they
man.
hate
He
each
just
other.
calls him a potato for 15
Yeah.
minutes. It's so fucking funny.
They're so crazy because like they deep down love each other, but fucking cannot stand each other.
Do they still tour?
No.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah,
They each had
the
solo
band,
albums.
they each have solo albums. The
They
band
never
ended
were
in 2009 over a big fight at a concert. They were about to play a concert in like I think Italy or something like that.
Yeah.
Fucking nuts, but I love Oasis.
That's a cool band to be like, yep, this and Oasis.
Yeah, well, and people question it because they're like, "What the fuck are you thinking?" But I'm like, there was like a attitude that Oasis had that has a little sense of punk rock mentality.
No, totally.
Yeah,
he's a fucking rock star. That
yeah,
dude.
exactly. So like that's why I connected with them. You know what I mean? Everyone's like, because everyone just thinks Wonderwall, but like, you know, they just knew how to write fucking songs, to be honest. But like not all of their shit was like Wonderwall. You know what I mean?
Was Wonderwall a cover?
No, that's theirs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Maybe they have another one that's a cover. But yeah, Liam Gallagher is out of his fucking mind.
Yeah,
that dude
he's
is
crazy.
That dude is
his
so
brother.
crazy.
His brother is a lot more calm, but
Yeah,
they're both
he's super rock star.
super rock star.
Yeah. So I don't know what you want to dive into, like what you want, because you don't strike me as a guy who has like substance stuff. So
I did drink, but I wasn't the type of drunk where I was like, you know. I mean, I pissed on a lot of people's shit. I was that kind of drunk. And that was intentionally. It was an accident.
And then would you do it with them watching? And you're like, what are you going to do about it? And they're like, well.
I was like a fucking dog, man. Like if someone made me mad, I'm like, oh, okay, fuck you. And then I would piss on their shit.
If you're not watching this on YouTube, Chappelle's a very large and intimidating man.
So yeah, what is someone going to do? Grab me?
Yeah, I could see
you gonna
he's
fucking grab me.
a very friendly guy, but I could see that being a thing.
I stomped on one dude's car on his roof because he wouldn't take me to McDonald's one time. Yeah, I was drunk as fuck, dude. I remember that. Bro, I used to drink 2 40s a night when I was in college.
Oh, 40s.
Yeah, Bud Ice, baby.
Oh.
Yeah. Like it was great.
Oh. I remember the times I drank, like I would listen to ASAP Rocky, and I'm like, I gotta drink fucking Old English, and then I drank Old English, and I was like,
You're just like, this is
like now I
that's
know.
how it was. See, like my drink of choice was Wild Turkey.
Oh, powerful.
Yeah, I was yeah, and that was what's crazy is that was the first thing I got drunk off of, and the last thing I got drunk off of.
Oh shit! How long has it been?
Damn, 5 years.
Oh wow, cool.
5 years, man.
How? So, what was the breaking point for you being like, I gotta stop being so angry?
You know, that took a while. That took a long while because when I went through anger management in college, that's when it like really fucking hit me. Yeah. Mainly because they were good. Hats off to my fucking anger management teachers because they fucking knew what was up, man, and they just I had to do one-on-one sessions. I do the group shit. But it was just they took the things that I liked, right? And they were like, oh, okay, he likes this, he likes this, he likes this. So they used that as tools to help me with my anger. So they knew I was a big Henry Rollins geek.
Yeah.
They're like, okay, we got this. So they would use certain videos of Henry Rollins and what he was saying, blah, blah, blah. And, you know, because they knew I would listen to it, but it wasn't resonating with me. So they would break it down for me to where it was like, this is what he's saying. Because I would see Rollins like live videos of like him and Black Flag those days. Like he was a fucking nut, and I connected with that. And then all of a sudden, Rollins became a lot more calm. You know, he still has that intensity. Yeah, that's what they taught me. They're like, your anger is something you're always gonna fucking have, but like, here's what you can do with it. And so that was like the beautiful thing. Like, you know, was but I don't think my anger, like being in control of it, was till until after I quit drinking. Yeah, so I quit drinking at 27, and I think that's when I like had like a solid grip.
It's weird how that works.
Yeah, it's
because that was when my shit came out.
Man, because like when I would drink and I would get fucking angry, it was, man, I was just like, fuck. Like I tried to fight a dude over a chicken sandwich, man. Yeah, dude, it was Whataburger, man. You know what I mean?
I still haven't had Whataburger.
Oh,
it's
man,
really good, man.
Yeah, it's really
Do
good.
they have it in Arizona?
Yes.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Goddamn.
But this was when I was living in Texas.
Okay.
So I asked him to get me a chicken sandwich. You know what I mean? I was like, it's fucking Whataburger. You better give me my fucking chicken
Was he a
sandwich.
friend or were you punking him out?
No, he was a friend.
Okay. So you weren't just like,
He rolled up in his car and he said, oh, I forgot your shit. I said, motherfucker. And I fucking I snapped.
Yeah.
I snapped just because he said he forgot it. You know what I mean? And like, I don't think he was like intentionally, you know, trying to because he had a big order.
Yeah.
It was a big order. It wasn't like, it was like,
was there like fear in his eyes after you said that? He's like, oh, I'm so sorry.
Oh man, I tried to pull him out of his Scion TC, bro. Yeah, I fucking tried to. Yeah, I really tried to fucking damage him.
Imagine how sad that sentence would be for him to say. He tried to pull me out of my Scion TC.
Right.
I don't know what happened.
And so one of my homies was like holding me back, like, you know, pretty damn good. And you know, and the dude was just sitting there, and so I felt like he was egging me on, but I think he was just like, what the fuck, you know what I mean? And so eventually, you know, he ended up taking off and just leaving for the night, so he didn't have to see me again. But I was just fucking, and I didn't apologize for shit.
Yeah,
you know, I was like, I didn't think I did anything fucking wrong. Yeah, you know, like I would. So the thing with so you call this blackout? That's the thing with my anger. I would black out. Yeah, like I would black out fucking hard. Like it like I'd feel this boil, and my body would get hot, and it just fucking snap.
The second you talked about it on stage, I was like, I want to ask him to be on the podcast because it's a different element that can be added. I think people think about blacking out as like, I only get fucked up. It's like, no, you could. There could be a time in your life where you were just fucking off and like you not doing anything. And it's all similar.
Yeah,
like,
dude, I've blacked out so many times, man, and you know, I remember one time, and like, and so here's the thing about it, like I don't remember why I even what really pushed me to the point, and like I couldn't remember the argument, you know what I mean, like that like set it off. Yeah. And there was this one time, you know, I'll tell this story. There's one time a friend of mine,
Travis, I don't know if you do too. This is the best.
A friend of mine, man, this was, I think I was 18. A friend of mine, her and I, you know, it was a bunch of us. We were out at like a Pizza Hut or something. I can't remember, but her and I had gotten an argument, you know, and we're in the car. We got in an argument at Pizza Hut, and we're in the car and we're still kind of like bickering. And finally, I was like, "Yo, let me out the fucking car," right? And she was like, "No, I'm not gonna let you out the car. I could just fucking, you know, I'm just gonna take you home. Like, you live close." And I was just, and like, I just felt confined. I was like, I need to get the fuck out of here. You know what I mean? I was like, let me out the fucking car. Like, I was going crazy and screaming it. Yeah. And She was like, no, I could just like you're not, your house isn't too far. Like we're almost to your house. And I was just like, I fucking blacked out, and I had a big drink in my hand, this big lemonade or whatever, and I took the fucking top off and I fucking threw it at her while she was driving, like just fucking smacked it at her like fucking hard. And I was like, let me out the fucking car. And then she didn't. She ended up like, luckily she ended up pulling, like my house was like right there, and I got out the car and I just didn't give a fuck.
God
like
damn.
Everyone was like, there's another one of my homegirls that was like yelling at me and shit like that. But me, I didn't give a fuck. I didn't fucking care. You know what I mean? Like what I did was just like, yeah, that's what the fuck I did.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So what? Move on in life. Now, obviously, it's taken years of work to be able to, like, really understand that and really understand, like, how fucking wrong that was.
Yeah.
Like, I've been, like, I'm in my first relationship ever. I'm 32 years old. We're almost like a year into our relationship. And everyone thinks that's crazy that I'm in my first relationship, but honestly, it was the best fucking thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, there's no reason why I should have been in a relationship prior to fucking anger management. You know what I mean? There's no fucking way.
Do you think subconsciously you kind of sabotage a lot of potential relationships because you knew you couldn't handle it?
Yeah, there was a lot of shit. You know what I mean? Like everything I knew was just from my stepfather. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I saw the way he treated my mom, and but I always had this very soft side for women. But like, I just like would react crazy if something went wrong. Like everything had to be fucking so perfect that, because if it went wrong, like I'm blowing it up to the extreme.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's man, the type of work I've done on myself to just be a better fucking person. Me and my homegirl, we're good now. Obviously.
Yeah.
Like it's.
She got the smell of lemonade out of her.
yeah.
Took a while.
took a while. You know what I mean?
Ants, though.
Shouts out to Kayla. You can tell I grew up in Arizona. White girl named Kayla. Yeah. You're like, oh, that's definitely Arizona. Kayla.
Were there not a lot of black people in Arizona?
Fuck no.
Dude, that's what I'm in Salt Lake. Those, like, any black dude at like a high school or whatever, they fucking clean up. Girls loved them. Like, they just.
Yeah, because it was like that. It's different. They're the rarity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was, just like there was like one handsome black dude at our high school, and he could have been anybody. He could have just been like you, and they would have been like, me.
See, I didn't even. I was just too crazy. I was too much of a fucking psycho.
What's super, like, because I definitely had anger issues that were, and I don't want, like, this is just by comparison. What I had to shake it from my mind that everybody was out to get me. It was like this weird.
Yeah,
like,
you really do feel that. I especially felt it because the way I was treated by my stepfather.
Sure.
So I felt like everyone was out to get me. So like when someone would say something to me, I was just like, oh, you are you him too? Are you're him too?
Yeah,
you know what
absolutely.
I mean? And so I would just fucking blow up.
Well, it's so weird. Like, I started comedy, and I could not have done it before because I couldn't have made fun of myself. So like, whenever I'm so self-conscious that, like, that's where it came from, was like, if somebody, when you said at that mic, like when those guys looked at you and you were pissed off, like I used to do that all the time. Like if somebody looked at me, I'd be like, why the fuck are you looking at me? Like, it's just that weird thing that you're like, it's like people aren't even thinking about you, let alone like trying to fight you.
Yeah,
so
and then someone explained it to me. They were like, "Don't you just think people are just naturally drawn to you?"
Yeah,
and I was like, "Huh." They're like, "Look at you, like you're this big dude, and you're walking around in like a fucking Sabbath T-shirt or whatever. So they're just like, oh, you're curious. People are curious.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't think they're doing it out of disrespect. And I'm like, I never thought of that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You just, especially when you think the world's out to get you.
Yeah.
You know what
100%.
I mean? And so, that was something that my anger management teachers had taught me about. You know what I mean? Because and also for the longest time, I didn't want to say I was an abused child. There was no way I could fucking, and that's why man, when people let 18-year-olds out to the world, man, they're not ready yet.
No.
You know what I mean?
That's
like,
what I was when you said I was 18. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, exactly. There's no, and then they say that, okay, now you're in the real world, and it's like, dude, not yet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's nuts because your mind, unless you grow up in a great home, which some people got it figured out. My sister,
Yeah, my brother's like that.
yeah, she's like that, 19 or something like that, and she's doing great. You know what I mean? Like, she's a fucking. Is there such thing as an honor student in college? I don't know what the fuck. She's really good in college,
whatever,
right?
yeah.
She's really good in college. She's got a good job. Like, she's pretty level headed. Like I'm not worried about her. Like, I'm not thinking of living out here and her being in Phoenix and being in college and stuff like that. Like, I'm literally not worried about her because she's just she gets it. I was adopted as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So this is my adopted side. But so she gets it. But me, there's no fucking reason why I should. There was too much damage. You know what I mean? And I couldn't get over all the things about my stepdad. That's what I was holding on to the most.
Yeah.
And even being adopted and seeing a beautiful marriage and relationship, that's not the one that stuck with me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I still have this mentality that the world's out to get me. There's just so many other negative things that are in my head that was the last thing I was thinking.
Yeah.
Was like, oh, they have a good relationship. I was still thinking about the way, things were with my mom and stepdad.
So when were you adopted?
So they started taking care of me when I was like 15.
Oh, okay. So it was late. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So and then and then I was fully out of my house at 17.
Says I was deep in the game.
Yeah. So it was. I mean, 17 years of hell, man. You know what I mean? And going through that, like, you just, and then what's so fucking funny is that people just go, all right, there you go. There you go. They expect you to just fucking know how to deal with this shit. And there's so much shit we don't pay attention to especially with children. You know what I mean? Because, I don't know, I feel like a lot of parents are just scared to talk to their kids about certain shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think one thing I wasn't taught was, like, how to be comfortable in my own skin because, I wasn't receiving that at home,
Yeah.
I was made fun of at school for being a black dude that fucking listens to punk and all in the, skates and all that stuff. And then, and then I was getting the same shit at home.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's just like, man, and had like a fucking identity crisis because I was like, who the fuck am I? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, am I fucked up? You know what I mean? You just think that.
Yeah. When did you start doing cheer?
That was 15.
15.
Yeah.
Did you have like a passion for it, or was it kind of like
no?
You were just like, fuck, I'm gonna do it.
I was jamming with a ska band, and my drummer, his sister was a cheerleader, and so she got me into it.
Did you? And is that what got you into college too? Did you say that?
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
badass.
Yeah.
That's so fucking cool. That was the first. So I followed Craig Conant on Instagram, and I saw a video of you doing a backflip. And I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah. That catches a lot of people off guard.
Yeah. No, it's so cool. It's a backflip in place.
It's like a secret weapon I have.
It's so crazy. Especially because at 15, like, that's late in the game, right? To be.
Oh, no, I learned that. I taught myself how to do that when I was like 5.
God damn it.
Yeah, I was just at it.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I can do backflips.
And I've just always been one of those dudes that, like, to think differently and question everything.
Yeah.
I think I've always had that mentality, that punk rock, because that is a punk rock mentality.
Yeah.
And to be able to think for yourself and think differently, and I think I've always just had that. That's why I've always done other shit than out of the norm that everyone else was doing. I wasn't into fucking basketball. I wasn't into fucking football and stuff like that. It just didn't catch my attention. But like, you see, the first time I saw a fucking skateboard, I was just like, oh shit, that's different. And it's individual. You don't need a team for it. You just fucking do it. Yeah. Damn, that's fucking tight.
And then now comedy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did comedy help your anger, or did it or were you doing both at the same? I mean, like, were you?
When I quit for 2 years.
Yeah, I read on one of your posts.
Yeah, I quit for like 2 years after my brother had passed away, and when I first started doing comedy, it was like someone dared me to do it. That's how I got into it, and I was kind of still like riding off that dare.
Yeah.
And then I was like, this is, and then I quit for 2 years. And then when I got back into it, it was like, oh, this is fucking what I want to do now. Like, it's no longer a dare to me. You know what I mean? And then I just got serious about it. I got back into it in 2016 and just spent 2016 and 2017 just fucking, getting good in Arizona, and then fucking took my talents to Los Angeles.
But truly, there's not many.
I just like
people.
saying that because it's still funny to me.
Yeah, no, it's funny, but it's like it's less funny when it's true when you actually have the fucking Shapel Lacey show going on. Where it's like if you go look at your Instagram, it's star-studded. It's like, yeah, this is me and Rogan just hanging out. Yeah, this is my dude.
He's a great guy too.
Yeah, that's so cool. No, it seems like he's I would never look at that picture of you and him and be like, oh, that's weird. Like, it's just like, yeah, of course. Like, it seems like you two would get along. I don't know either of you personally.
Man, we're moving out here.
When did you move out here?
2018.
Oh, okay.
Of March. So just like a year. What is that? A year and 3 months? I think I'm at now. Yeah. When I moved out here, I was like, just work on being good.
Yeah.
I was like, don't worry about getting a fucking agent, a fucking manager. Don't worry about fucking getting on this show or that show. Don't worry about any of that. Just fucking go up on stage
100%
and be funny.
Yeah.
And then I was like, all that other shit will fall into place. So like people look at me, they're like, who'd you talk to get this? I didn't talk to anybody.
Yeah.
Because I think your best marketing tool is your fucking talent.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so that's how I fucking think of this shit. I don't think it's like you need to hound this booker for this or hound this person for this, because if you do that, you're working harder to get on this show than to be good. You know what I mean? And I get it. That may work for some people, but I don't know. It's just hard for me to like do that. So I'd rather just be so damn good that people are just like, oh shit, I fuck with you. You want to do this? And it's like, yeah, fuck yeah. It's not like not an arrogance thing at all.
No,
you know what I mean? It's just strictly like, I just think that's the better route.
I think it's so like, I don't know if it's fucking underrated, like, but it seems like nobody wants to, or not a lot of people really have that mindset. Because like,
it's a tough mindset.
It's like fucking like I do 3 to 4 open mics a day. Like I have to get on stage 3 to 4 times a day.
Yeah.
And I've been here 3 months, and now I'm getting booked on shows in succession, and I've made tons of friends. And it's just like, oh, good. Like, it's showing. You know what I mean? Like, that's cool.
Yeah, and so that's the stuff you got to...
I think that's all you have to do.
That's all you have to do. But, like, because I'll get people that'll reach out to me all the time. Yo, how'd you get this? How'd you get this? And it's
so
like...
fucking fucked
that's
up.
not...
People just don't
it's like...
go, oh, he's talented.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, this is the most annoying question I ever
get. So obnoxious.
Is the question of like, oh, how are you getting all these shows? I'm like, well, people ask me to do them because they see me be funny. I mean, I don't know what you...
Yeah.
People like they think I'm doing some weird magic shit. I'm like, I'm here all the time. I'm just funny. I don't know, man.
Yeah. Like I said, man, that's your best marketing tool is you going on stage and being funny. You know what I mean? All that other shit, I kid you not, man. You know, it will fall into place.
Yeah.
You know, because it's going to happen out of nowhere, and it's better that way.
Yeah, I think
it's
so.
better that way.
Yeah.
Where it just happens out of nowhere.
Sure.
It's like, oh shit.
I
then,
wasn't comparing my shit to your shit. By the
no,
way.
No.
You're
You're totally fine,
okay,
man.
Yeah,
you know, and
I'm just saying.
and then when.
Yeah.
No,
I absolutely feel like that's the only way to do it.
No, yeah, it is, man, because it's the best fucking route. Because then, like, you know, what you can do is like what happens is when you get that opportunity, you know, it's like, okay, how do I show appreciation for this opportunity I just got? And the way I do it is just being so fucking good on stage. So it's just a constant, like, you know, to keep this fucking momentum going. So every time you get this opportunity and you do good and you do so damn good, they're just like, fuck, I fuck with this dude.
Yeah.
You know, everyone and it's so funny because, like, you know, I pretty much keep to myself, you know, a lot. Not saying I don't fuck with people.
Yeah.
But I pretty much keep to myself a lot just to continue to learn more about myself, you know, to where I'm able to be better outside of this little bubble of mine, you know what I mean, to where I know how to deal and handle situations. So yeah, most of the time I'm, you know, I don't really hang after shows too heavy, you know, like maybe like 5-10 minutes, but other than that, like I'm going home and doing some type of reflecting or going to another, like if I'm done for the night, you know, that's usually
I think
what
that's
it is.
important.
Yeah, I have to do it.
I never, man, I've done all my hanging out. You know what I mean? Like I used to go out and party and shit. Like, what do you want from me? I'm married. I have dogs.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just going home and fucking writing. Like that's all I'm doing and hanging out with my wife.
Yeah.
Like it's just, I don't want, like I'll hang out. Same thing. If I get caught in a good conversation, absolutely. I'll just
Exactly. Yeah. If there's a conversation about like something very progressive, you know, and like personal growth or whatever, like just something, you know, that we can both learn, like, oh, I'm learning from this person right now.
Yeah.
Then I'll stick around. But
It's
like
so
other than
important
that,
to
like
have
there's just no
mental stability.
reason to like
Yeah. It's so important and underrated because this is such a, like, it is a business where it's so up and down.
Yeah.
And there's that patience aspect of it where if you're working, especially doing open mics, where you're seeing no real, you know, gain other than like getting booked on shows.
Dude, that's why I'm so comfortable with rejection.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
think that's why I had to wait until when I did to start stand-up because I've always wanted to do it, but I was just like, I don't know if I can take being clowned on. I don't know if I can take clowning on myself.
Yeah, no, yeah. Once you're comfortable with that, man, shit just fucking,
Yeah.
you just handle shit differently, man.
Yeah.
You really do. And I fucking, you know, I love that I figured out that mindset, you know, and that was just because I got to a point in my life where I was just like, continuing to seek to get better.
Yeah.
Mentally, you know, and I was like, that's like the number one goal. Everyone's like, you know, what's your goal? You know, what do you want? I'm like, man, if I can keep the mental toughness I have in 10 years, that's a bigger success for me.
1,000%. Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not, I don't need a fucking, because I know if I have some nice house, some nice car, like, first of all, I'm not really into that shit to begin with.
Yeah.
But that's not gonna do it for me. You know what I mean? If I'm fucked up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's just not gonna do it me because, like, you know, you see those cases of, like, you know, these celebrities that have, you know, taken these routes in their lives, and, you know, it's like, damn, man, that person was so fucking talented though. Or even people that aren't even a celebrity and never really got to that point because there was some shit that they didn't fucking take care of beforehand. You know, and I don't want to do that.
Yeah. It's really weird. Like it's just such an underrated thing to take time for yourself.
Yeah. Dude, and once you do it, man, like you have these your thoughts start to become a lot more clear on stage.
Yeah.
That's how I feel, man. I feel like my thoughts have become a lot more clear. Like I'm able to say shit that makes sense to people. Not saying it like, you know, there's times where it's like, oh, they just don't get it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
but like,
yeah.
you know, for the most part, like I'm able to like speak clearly.
Do you write on stage?
There's times where shit just like,
Just
pops
pops
up.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if I go to like when I go to the fourth wall,
Yeah.
I just fucking,
Just riff.
yeah. Like I come in there with like a somewhat of an idea, and then if you notice, I speak slowly.
Yeah.
I just hit points. You know what I mean? Just to see where it can take me.
Did you ever get in legal trouble?
I did not.
Oh shit! So you
Yeah.
escaped it. God
Yeah,
damn.
I escaped legal trouble.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Jesus.
Woo!
Not us, buddy. Not us.
Oh, no, I
Not
got-
us.
We both
Oh,
got fucked pretty
man.
hard.
Oh man.
That's what I assumed
Yeah,
when you
I
said it
mean-
was never voluntary. Was that there had been a situation?
I mean, and what a blessing
Yeah.
that I did not.
So was it just like school counselors that made you do anger management, basically?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Because I thought it was like legally enforced anger.
Man, I remember the first time I went. This dude was sitting behind me in class, and they always made me sit up front in class because I always fucked around too much, so that they could watch me. Yeah,
Were you good at school?
I could have been.
I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah, I could have been, but I was just like, I don't give a fuck about
Same
this.
thing here.
Yeah. And so he kept throwing shit at me, right? And I would look back at him, and he kept laughing. He was like, and I was like, okay, this fucking guy. So I looked at one of my homies. I was like, hey, man, you want to see me go crazy?
How old were you?
At that time, I was
Yeah.
16.
Oh shit. Okay.
I said, you want to see me like fucking just go berserk? And he was like, yeah. Like he was scared to say that, yeah, because he was just like, is it going to happen to me?
It was like, dude, I dare you to say it again. He's like,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And he was just like, yeah. Like, and I was like, okay, cool. So I looked forward, and then it happened again. And I fucking looked back. I fucking stood up, kicked my fucking desk over, and I said, if you throw one more fucking piece of paper at me, I'll fucking kill you. And then my math teacher was like, whoa, you know what I mean? Like, immediately ran to the phone. She was like, and I was walking over to the dude. I guess it was just the way she was saying stop. Like, it was like almost like bloody murder.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I was just like, oh, shit. Like, sometimes shit was just like, I was like, oh, shit, shit's fucking happening. And then I just stood there. And I looked at her, and I looked at him, and I looked at her. And then immediately, I don't know how security got there so fast. I don't know if they were waiting outside the door.
They just knew about you.
Like, did Shapel make it to class today? Okay, I'll wait
Perfect,
outside the
we'll
door.
wait
Yeah, I know. Well, because I'll tell you another story, too, why they were so cautious of me. So then they immediately came and got me, whatever, and then took me to the principal's office, and they were like, we're not going to suspend you because you like it. And so so they were like, we're going to put you in anger
Suspension
management.
is bad.
I know, yeah. I was like, oh, I had fun. So they put me in anger management. But my school was so cautious of me is because I had gotten a big fight with the teachers. It was like during lunchtime, like the whole fucking. So there's this. Okay, I'll just start from the top. So there's this kid at my school, and he kept calling me. I was just new there, you know what I mean. And I was already dealing with shit from my old school, and then coming into this school. He kept calling me a wankster. It was like when fucking 50 Cent's song came out, and I was like, what the fuck? I was like, who the fuck's this guy? And so he kept doing it for like a week, and I was just like, what the fuck? I was like, I don't know this dude, right? So then at lunch, we're sitting there, and he says it to me, and I had told one of my buddies, I was like, yo, I'm gonna murder that guy. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna beat him up.
Yeah,
I'm
it was
going
never
to murder him.
And so it was never beat up. And so he said it to me, and I was like, you have a fucking death wish? And he was like, what the fuck? Yeah, dude, like, what's up? Like, what's up? And I was like, all right. And so I took my bag off, and I used to do this thing where I would fucking hit my head before a fight. Like, I would just do these, I would grab, take both fists and just fucking bam. And everyone saw that, and they were like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? You know, this guy is really ready for a fight. And so I went to go after this dude, right? And then my brother's friends, they were all football players. You know, my brother was on the football team. And they just started grabbing me. And so, which, like, freaked me out because I was like, if they grab me, this dude has a chance.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't want that fucking – I don't want to give him that fucking chance. So, but dude was, like, kind of like, whoa, shit, like, you know, kind of freaking out, like, scary. So he didn't even want to come up to me because they were grabbing me. And I was like, you know, fuck this. And then all of a sudden, the teachers are coming from the teacher's lounge. And they see what's going on. They're like, okay, move back. You know, we got this. And one of them tried she reached to grab my shoulder, and I fucking swung at her.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I fucking swung at her. Then another one tried to grab my other shoulder. I fucking swung at her. I was swinging at all these fucking, you know, I was swinging at the Golden Girls. And, you know, and I did not land one punch on any of them. So I'm swinging at them, and, you know, I was, you know, they see, you know, and we had a buff-ass principal. You know, his name was Dr. Hernandez. And so he rushes up, sees what's going on, and he fucking slams me into the wall, right? And then he fucking, and then my brother saw it. My brother was just coming from lunch. He saw what was going on. My brother picked up a fucking trash can, fucking threw it at them. You know, he threw the fucking trash can, like one of those fucking WWE. Yeah, it was fucking hilarious. And he was a real big
Like the metal ones?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah,
Okay.
he fucking threw it at them. Like, they all, like it was literally was thrown their way, and they all fucking scattered. That's how crazy.
Jesus
yeah.
Christ.
He threw like 3 trash cans, man. And finally they got a hold of him, and they locked him in one of the classrooms or whatever. And so I'm still dealing with this principal, you know, like I pushed back and he slammed me even harder. And I was like, oh, shit, okay.
Fair play.
Fair play. Okay, all right, checkmate, you got it. And, you know, he was just like, man, if you calm down, your brother's going to calm down. Like, we got to get you to calm down. There was this thing he said that, like, hit me, that made me calm down. You know, he was just like, I'm not trying to hurt you. I don't want to hurt you. And I was like, oh, shit. You know, so when I heard that, that's when I was like, okay, all right, I'll calm down. You know what I mean? And then which got my brother to calm down. You know what I mean? And then so they were like, well, we got to, you know, put your hands behind your back and, you know, walk you to the principal's office. This was like my first couple weeks at school. Yeah. And so they were, you know, it was so funny because when they were like, you know, when they put my hands behind my back, I was like, oh, I'm going to go out with a bang. And I was like acting all crazy, like, all the way to the office. And then finally when I got there, I was like, all right. Yeah, so they suspended me for like 7 days. And they suspended my brother for like 2. I was like, well, he threw trash cans. I was like, how do you usually get fucking
Christ.
2 days? I get 7?
God.
Yeah.
Yeah, with suspension, would you fucking just go skate?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just went skating and shit. Yeah.
That's fucking
No
what?
biggie.
Yeah, they really
Yeah.
think that's a
And
bad
it was
thing.
what was cool, you know, shouts out to my mom, by the way, because she knew I was suspended. We didn't have a phone at home. You know what I mean? We were poor as fuck, and we didn't have a phone. So they were like, take this note home. Motherfucker, you think I took that note home? Fuck no, I didn't take no note home. So me and my brother just acted like we were sick. I told my mom what was up.
Yeah.
And I was just acting like I was sick. I was like, yeah, I got the fucking something.
I got mono.
Yeah, I got mono. 7 days of
7
it.
I should be
And so,
good
yeah.
by next Wednesday.
So my mom was like real good about that. You know what I mean? Because she knew how crazy
yeah.
my stepfather was and shit like that. So, yeah. But that's when like the school was like full caution to me.
Jesus.
You know?
Well, I mean, for that age, it's a cool reputation.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's so fucked up.
Mhm.
Dude. Like, that young rage is so, like... And then, like, getting into... The fact that you had it in your 20s, that's... Like, because I had it bad, too. But, like, if you're, like, used to fighting, like,
Yeah.
holy fuck.
That's all I knew.
Yeah.
That's all I knew. All I knew was just fucking violence. That's the only... That, like, if something is crazy, something's negative, you know, I feel someone's energy's fucked up towards me, it's just violence. Like, I just knew, and I, like, man, and even to this day, I still have this in me. Like I'll walk into a room, you know what I mean, and I've already mapped out if something goes down. I already mapped out what the fuck I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I already know. Like I see every fucking object in there. I go okay, and then it lets me know I'm good. It's like and I don't mean to do it, but it just fucking.
Have you done it in here just in case I pop out? Just in case you say something offensive to me?
Well, in case that homeless guy comes in here.
Good God, yeah.
So you guys are in safe hands. You know what I mean? Like, I already fucking got it so mapped out. But yeah, that's just like a thing I have. You know what I mean? And just.
Do you still? Are there things in particular that like set you off? Or like, are there still things you really have to like be cognizant of, or is it more or less like?
Oh yeah, I don't go to places or do things that like set off my anger.
What was it in particular? If you don't mind me asking.
What where I do not go?
Yeah, that would just like set you off.
Bars.
Oh yeah, okay.
I don't go to bars.
Dude, it's so aggro. Like they're so fucking like.
Yeah.
I immediately cut down my chances of dying young from a reason that was like totally preventable by 100% when I quit drinking.
Yeah.
Like, because I got in so many fights when I was just drinking and being stupid.
Yeah, exactly. So I can't.
It's like a lifestyle. It's
just, like a restaurant bar, I'm fine. But like if it's strictly bar, like hey, this is what this is for. Yeah, I can't do it.
There's something about that. Like it's the masculine energy that's like they're out hunting bitches. You know what I mean? And then like they also are like looking at you and your shoes and like. Lose fucking, you know what I mean? Like it's that aggro energy.
Yeah,
it's so bizarre. And like so, my brother, I remember he always had it. Was like I would be like, that guy's looking at me, and he'd be like, what the fuck? No, he's not. And then I'd be like, no, you don't get it, because like he wasn't in that scene. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He didn't go to bars and get drunk, and I did. So I was like, no, he's looking at me.
Yeah, he's plotting something. You know what I mean?
Now I just don't even fucking.
Yeah, I just don't go near it. You know what I mean? Because it's just like I don't want to put myself in a situation. Movies, I don't go to the movies.
Oh shit. My stepmom got slapped in the face at a movie.
Really?
By like a young girl who was texting on her phone and like talking, and she poked her on the shoulder and was like, "Excuse me, can you please be quiet?" And the girl got up with my little sister on her lap and slapped her in the face.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Everyone watches movies differently.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, I don't like the way they watch movies, so I'd rather do it by myself. You know what I mean? Like I don't like the way you watch a movie. I don't like it. You know what I mean? So that's why I don't go.
Like the weird like squeaky of the straw.
Yeah, it's just like, yo, all right.
Oh, now in LA, people can bring fucking dogs into movie theaters.
That's what I'm saying. Like shit like that. It's like, yo, this ain't your fucking home. You know what I mean? Like fucking relax. What else? Chewing gum makes me mad.
Like other people chewing gum, or you yourself chewing gum?
Me. You know, I don't like that fucking. I don't like my mouth moving like that. Just
that's
fucking.
I have gum in my.
So
mouth
that's
right
why
now.
you do. Oh.
Kick his ass.
There it is. You know, I already mapped it out. I was like, okay. I'm like, so if Pete's chewing gum. It's mainly me, you know, and I hate when people offer it to me, you know, I hate that I get mad when people offer it to me because I get so aggressive about it. And they're like, yo, I'm just trying to, you know, I have gum, I have extra pieces. Just wanted to, you know, I just wanted to, you know, I'm being friendly.
Some nice guy comes up to you, he's like, hey, I had an extra piece. Get the fuck away.
Yeah, I'm just like, why the fuck would you offer me? I don't fucking chew gum. You think what? Give me a mint. The mint just sits there. I got to fucking work hard with gum. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it is a.
Yeah, it's fucking a mint. It dissolves. I ain't got to do shit.
This is important information for like, this will go down in the archives of like, oh, there's this early interview that Shapel Lacey did.
I know, yeah. There's a lot of shit I won't eat certain foods because it'll make me mad. That's why I don't eat steak much.
Because it makes you mad?
Yeah, steaks is fucking, steak's annoying to eat.
I'm not into steak.
Popcorn, because like, and I don't think popcorn tastes good, but it's just, I don't fucking like, it just gets stuck in your teeth too much. Yeah, I don't like that. That makes me mad. It's like the weird things that make me mad now.
Yeah.
You know?
There are so many little, dude, people walking slow Anybody walking slow, that makes me immediately. It gets into my core.
Yeah, I'm like, why are you walking slow?
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Oh my god. Or like
you don't. I'm like, you don't look like you're 80.
No.
You know what I mean.
And they'll do it, and they'll look up at you like from their fucking phone, and then they'll immediately look back down and like slow down even more. And it's just like
I won't watch. I don't watch the news. I won't do that.
That's smart.
I don't follow everybody's political shit on social media.
Yeah.
Because, hey, I don't fucking care. You know what I mean? Like, I think you're all fucking nuts. There's a lot of shit. I won't do. Yeah, just
like maybe it's because I grew up in the Midwest, but if someone doesn't push in their chair, it pisses me off. Like at a bar or restaurant.
Oh yeah, that's
you leave your
that's a
fucking
big
chair
one.
in the aisle.
Yeah, why the fuck you?
I'm like, who the fuck raised you?
Oh,
like it's
man.
so fucking pissed.
Yeah, I know.
There was a woman who left her cart like next to the belt after she had finished checking out, so it was just in my way, and I'm like, "What? Who the fuck?" Like, where did you grow up?
I don't like people that don't
no common courtesy.
Yeah, no common courtesy.
Yeah,
fucking
don't put the
drives
cart
me,
away, and leave the
drives
cart
me nuts.
Yeah.
Man, this fucking dude. The other day, I was sitting at my Starbucks in Arizona. You know what I mean?
Leave this man alone. Do not offer him any gum.
And it's an outdoor Starbucks, and this motherfucker just throws a fucking Diet Coke can out of his fucking nice ass Mercedes. And I was fucking, dude. And I was like, yo, there's a fucking trash can. And then I remembered, I'm like, oh, I'm a big guy. I'm intimidating. So I probably shouldn't been that aggressive.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Over, but like, I mean, because like I picked it up or whatever. And like, obviously, I terrified the little man. But, but yeah, that kind of shit just fucking drives me crazy.
Yeah.
You know what else drives me crazy? When people expect you to care about their feelings.
Oh, like comedy-wise?
Just
Or
in
just
general.
in general. Yeah. Oh, my God.
Yeah. I hate that. Like, stop. What? You know what I mean? Like, it's that lets me know that you're afraid to, like, I don't know, it gives me the idea, but that you're not comfortable with yourself, so you expect everyone else to accommodate to your shit. So like it just kind of like annoys me. You know what I mean? Like, hey, don't expect everyone to care. That's exhausting.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's an entitlement out here too to bend to other people's emotional will.
Yeah, exactly. That's exhausting. You know, that's so much work. How about you just really care about your own feelings?
Yeah.
Yeah, or handle it. Yeah.
Well, that was when you got that fourth wall mic we went to, where I talked about that mic I went to.
Yeah.
I went to this mic. I won't say the name of it, but you could probably guess.
I have an idea.
The host gets up and he goes, I'm just so sick of cisgender white males in comedy. They just need to shut the fuck up and just get out. I'm so sick of any of them. And they all think that sexuality is still a thing. Like, is anybody really even gay or straight anymore? Fuck them. They should just quit comedy. Anyway, let's start the mic, and then I'm the first fucking name. And so I get up while all these people are like viscerally hating my guts.
Yeah.
And like my jokes aren't even offensive. I'm a man. So like,
it's the scariest when people start really cheering along and like the gang mentality and
the
a room
whole
starts
room was for it.
It freaks me the fuck out.
But you know what? Like a lot of those people, they do get exhausted. There is that point that they hit. They're like, fuck. Why am I so angry about this? I mean, I was that person.
Yeah.
I was that fucking,
I feel like a lot of people
person.
And a lot of people that feel that way are pretty young.
Yeah. And if they stay that way, they end up pretty fucking lonely.
Yeah.
You know, because not every
grow out of it.
Yeah, because people grow out of it. You know what I mean? Because like think about it. That's an exhausting thing. Like you start to realize what is really important to care about. I'm not saying like you grow up to be a careless person. You know what I mean? Like that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying you start to figure out, oh shit, okay, this is what's like where it's really at, and these are the things, you start to figure that shit out. And like I'm the kind of person that like I don't try to control everything outside of me, because the only thing I can control is my actions and how I react to things. I can't control. There's just a lot there's so much that's out of our hands as people, but people don't think about that. You know what I mean? So they try to fix all these things and then all of a sudden the anxiety and the depression because they didn't succeed at fixing something that is just completely out of their fucking control.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so like, I'm like, well, why don't I just work on being a good person? Because that's one thing I can fucking control. You know, make sure that I'm doing the best that I can individually. You know,
it's so fucking hard to do that. Like, convince people of it.
I know.
In this day and age where it's like,
bro, watch when this podcast comes out, just fucking boom, everybody changes. Look what I fucking did. Look what I did. You know.
Yeah. No, it's because everybody is so used to the world's on fire and it's ending and plastic is in the fucking. It's like just do exactly what you're supposed to do as not a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Just don't be a piece of shit.
Yeah. Because that's the thing. You can't necessarily. I mean, at the end of the day, you can't control someone else.
Yeah.
You can't. You know what I mean? You can sit there and tell this person this, and this, and this, but you can't fully control them. You know what I mean? Like I think there's a beautiful thing about silence. You know what I mean? And there's a even more beautiful thing about action.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think, actions really do speak louder than words. And it's like, okay, if you know this is a problem or whatever, and you see that, do your part as a person to just, you know, make sure you're doing what you can. You know what I mean? And not in an aggressive tone. And then people, I kid you not, people see that and they go, oh shit, okay.
Yeah.
Damn. You know, I see what they're trying to do. You know what I mean? They're just trying to like, you know, keep, you know, and people fall into that. But no one wants to hear anyone fucking in their face about some shit because it makes you not want to do anything. I don't want to fucking listen to you because it's like you had to use that level of tone with me to get me to understand something to you. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's I just don't know. Yeah, it's that same effect of like
that's why I love Oasis.
I need to listen to Oasis.
I'm just kidding. It had nothing to do with Oasis.
I was like, if there's some deep seated
I know, right?
message in fucking, I'm like, Jesus.
I was trying to connect the dots there too. I was like, I don't know.
I know, right?
I don't know what that means.
Trevor starts Googling shit.
That sounded deep as shit. I don't understand why.
Yeah. Oh, shit. Okay. Yeah.
Dropping the truth bomb.
All that and Oasis tie together.
Just dropping the truth bomb. Fucking.
What if I rooted it all back to Oasis?
Listen, and that's why Oasis is my favorite band. Is because that was all lyrics to an Oasis song.
Yeah.
It's just front to back.
Yeah.
It's one big Oasis song.
That's what I've been singing Oasis lyrics the whole time. That whole story of me finding the teachers, that's in an Oasis song.
And throwing lemonade at your friend. I knew a girl who broke up with a guy with Sum 41 lyrics.
Oh shit!
And he didn't even pick up on it. It was just the In Too Deep lyrics.
I was gonna guess that one.
Yeah, and she it was a girl I dated, and she's like, I just texted him In Too Deep lyrics, and he was like, oh, well, I understand. Okay. He didn't even fucking get it. It's pretty
That
amazing.
just means they were read for each other anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I think he's okay. But he probably figured it out later. He's like, son of a bitch.
I'd love it if you heard that song in like a mall or something. Like,
yeah.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah, it's just, oh, fuck.
Now she's
really
got away.
Really?
Like a knob flashback. Okay.
I know, right? Yeah.
God. What are we at time-wise?
An hour and 8. An hour and 8 minutes.
When do you need to wrap?
Obviously, got about 15 minutes.
Shit, dude. Do you have any stories that any more stories you're comfortable telling?
As far as what?
Like where you freaked out or whatever?
I'm trying to think. Gosh, just so many fucking moments.
Shapel Lacey is channeling his inner.
I know, this is so
for
tough.
More Oasis lyrics.
I know. I'm trying to fucking think.
Yeah, you covered a lot of ground.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's trash cans thrown.
Yeah, that's like
lemonade thrown.
Spit in a kid's hair once.
Oh damn!
A kid tried to stab me with a pen, and I spit gum in his face. That was pretty cool.
That's a fun
I felt
counter
like,
move.
yeah, because he, I know. I felt like the Three Stooges.
Gun was so fucked up too, because it just fucking like it sticks for a second and then it just falls to the ground.
That's where I got it from, Three Stooges. I was like, oh, okay, I've seen this. I'm familiar with this fucking setting.
You should have just been like, now pick it up and eat it.
Yeah,
Now
I know,
eat the
right?
gum.
Yeah, some kid, it was in my class, this kid kept leaning back on my desk and putting his hand on it. Like his desk was in front of mine. He kept leaning back and just like, trying to be cool and shit. And I'm like, yo, hey, man, can you stop that? And then he was like, man, shut the fuck up. I was like, oh, clever.
Well, you're rude.
Yeah,
so.
I was like, well, you're rude. And I noticed that he just kept doing it. So I was like, okay, I got this. So I looked at one of my friends. I always seem to just look at a friend.
I kind of like that.
Yeah,
though.
I was like, you want to see something funny? And he was like, yeah. I was like, okay, watch this. So I spit where he kept putting his hand. And then sure enough, he leaned back. All my spit was on his hand.
Oh, god damn.
And so then he was like, I'm going to fucking see you after class. I was like, yeah, we kind of walk out the same door. You know what I mean? That's stupid. Your big dumb head. And then he fucking rolls up and goes, you fucking, what'd he say? You gonna spit in your fucking desk like that? And he had the pen like this, he was like, go fucking spit in your desk like that. And I was just like, and just spit the gum in his face. Like I didn't even say words. Like I replied with the gum going in his face, and everybody was like, oh. And at that point, I just fucking stood my ground and stared at him, and I was like, and then he literally did nothing.
You can't come back.
Yeah, he couldn't come back from that.
It's like when you punk somebody out like that.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, because everybody saw you had the pen.
even if you win the fight.
Yeah, everybody saw you had the pen. I was like, first of all, it's a pen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Tetanus.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you don't even fucking use it in class, dumb head.
I'm going to write my name on you.
Yeah, it's just...
There was a kid, I remember there was a kid at like a high school by our high school who got stabbed with a pencil. And I was like, that is some fucking hood shit.
Yeah.
Like that's some shit that like I'm just doing it. I'm gonna like, can you imagine him just being like sharpening the fucking pencil and then walking up and be like, hey, fucking like, and the kid actually like he got him like I think it was like in his arm or something. But he had to go to the hospital and shit. But it's still like what are you gonna do? Where are we?
Yeah, exactly. That's why I was like, a pen. I was like, it's like, this is not a knife. Yeah. You know what I mean?
No, pen's not even sharp.
I know. Even if he came with a butter knife, I'd still be like,
butter knife.
Yeah. I'm like, might as well have been that. But like, I literally didn't do shit and fucking immediately just walked off. Like, and like split the crowd of people. You know what I mean? It was like a movie. He was just like walked off and walked to the school bus. You know what I mean?
And then for the rest of the year, we call him Gum. Hey, Gum, what's up?
I know, right?
Should have hit him.
I know, right? Yeah, he should have hit me, but
hit him. Yeah, but even if he hit you, say he hit you and he beat you up, he still got gum spat in his face.
Yeah,
like
he would have lost that fight.
Yeah,
there was just
if somebody's got, that's the scariest part about fighting is if somebody's got some shit and you don't know.
Yeah,
like. They'll fuck you up. And
yeah,
be like
I said, like my mind already plotted.
Yeah,
like I already thought of it.
That's why I had to stop fighting.
Like he said, wait, like I'm gonna see you after class. Was already thinking about it.
Have you ever taken martial arts or anything?
No, but I'm a big martial art film geek.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You found it.
Yeah.
You found it, and that's and I think I've always been so drawn to martial arts. It's because you see those like the master, right? They're always very calm.
Yeah.
Or like whoever the badass is of the film that fights like the fucking bad guy or whatever. That person is always super calm.
You like old kung fu movies and
shit?
So
that's the shit that like gets me, and I think I've always wanted to be that way. I just didn't know how.
Yeah.
And that's how I am now. You know what I mean? Like when people try me, like I'm really good with my words.
Yeah.
And because when people try me, I go, I was that guy.
Yeah.
So I know exactly what to say to you. You know what I mean? I was that person.
Bill Burr
You know what
has
I
a
mean?
thing about it as a podcast where you got to give somebody an out because now they've dug themselves into a hole.
Yeah.
And so you have to be like, I don't, you know what I mean? And then
Mhm.
they feel stupid. And it's
Yeah.
just-
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I'm really good at that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You know, I just tell people, you know, like if anything, I just go, hey, you're exposing your weakness right now.
Which is
probably
almost more
relax.
intimidating.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, if
I just
somebody's
go,
just talking,
you should probably relax.
yeah.
You know.
That's like somebody taking a stance, like a boxing stance, like somebody sitting there and being like, listen, you don't want to do this. It's just
Yeah.
kind of like,
Yeah.
oh, okay.
Yeah, and that's all I just say that. Just go, you're exposing your weakness. You know what I mean? You should probably relax, maybe go home or something. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that's usually just what I say to people. And they just go,
Yeah. 'Cause it's embarrassing. It's just like,
It's like,
man, like when you try to sack up to somebody who's just like, what the fuck?
yeah.
Like,
But like, here's the thing: very, very little people try me.
yeah. I can
Very
see that.
little.
That's the good thing about being large.
Very little. What'd you say?
That's the good thing about being a big guy.
Yeah,
Usually
yeah.
People just go, I'm good. you
Yeah,
know?
I'm good. And they
But
see me,
also,
oh,
I
I'm
think-
good. Oh, okay. Yep. Hey,
give
friend.
you give off a good vibe too, though.
It's just,
Yeah.
yeah, if
Like-
you're a nice big guy, usually people have no reason to
Yeah.
ever try anything.
Mhm.
Because like that. I mean, maybe you do this with everybody, and I just fell victim to it, where you were like, you gave up and gave me a fist pump, and I was like,
I do not do that
get
to
out
everybody.
of town. Get out of you.
I do
Chappelle.
not. I do not give everybody that kind of credit.
okay, that's
not
cool.
immediately.
Yeah, that's cool. Well,
Travis.
you guys know each other, right?
Yeah,
Okay, good.
yeah,
No,
right,
you came here a
right.
while ago. Yeah.
I would have felt terrible if like you guys, if I wasn't like, hey, this is Travis, and I just
no.
figured you knew each other.
I just go to the other before the one because it's just right.
Yeah,
by
you
my
came here a
house.
couple times, and
Yeah,
then
yeah.
Hollywood opened, and I was
Yeah,
just
yeah.
like,
The
oh,
ho-
Miss
yeah.
Chappelle.
Yeah, it's just fucking 10-minute walk, and it's so
I know.
convenient.
I
for me.
don't blame you.
Yeah.
I miss you, but I don't blame you.
I love listening to the people who go to Hollywood Fourth Wall, the younger, like the people who are like 21 or like 18,
Yeah.
talk about up here because they're like, I've been there like at night and it's scary. Like it's just,
It's
I'm
like-
like, that's comedy. Be in comedy for 8 years and it's gonna be like I've only been in it a year.
Uh-huh.
And
Plus,
like,
all the people that come really late are all the people that like
They're
chances are have been
good.
doing it 5 to 10 years. Like
Yeah,
all those
exactly.
guys, and it's a
Yeah.
darker vibe because
That's
it's
why I
usually
love
just
it.
dudes.
Mm-hmm.
They look kind of terrifying.
Yeah.
You know what I
That's
mean?
why I love hanging out up here. First of all, if you get laughs from them, like it's the best because you know that they've been around.
Yeah.
But it's also it's a better hang because
Mhm.
you feel like you're among people who are just like I got this like this
Yeah.
this is what I do.
Exactly. You know what I mean? I mean, that's why I love Oasis.
God damn it!
3 times.
Yo.
He has lyrics about the fourth wall,
Yeah.
just foreshadowing.
You're my fourth wall. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm saying.
Yeah,
There
you're
will
my
be
fourth
a
wall.
place to be.
You thought it was called Wonderwall. It's called Fourth
It's called
Wall.
fourth wall. That's perfect.
Yeah.
Make an Oasis shirt that
Yeah.
has like their whatever and just have it say fourth wall.
Yeah.
You're my fourth wall.
You're my
Oh
fourth
my
wall.
God, Joe would shit his pants.
I think Liam Gallagher would try to fight me.
Yeah, he probably would.
He does have a history of violence, so
Yeah.
or sue me. Either way, one of the
Yeah,
Yeah,
you got to
what was
listen
it?
to that Stern interview. It's great.
Oh,
'Cause
I will.
He does. He plays. He plays music on it too.
Oh, okay. Hell yeah.
He goes acoustic and does like 5 songs.
Oh shit. Yeah, I gotta
it's really
listen to
cool.
it.
Yeah, no. So when you did that, it's like I equate it to the feel. It's very interesting for people who don't know. The comedy scene in LA is like, I don't know. Like, would you consider like classes where it's just like if you're a freshman, you're a freshman. Like there are people. So like Chappelle is part of a group of people who is very much like a next up kind of like he's an elevated on the totem pole comic who's very good. And so, like, if he comes up and he's like, "What's up?" You're kind of like, "Oh." It's like if a senior talked to you and was like, "Hey, how you doing?" You're like, "Oh my God." So it's cool. It's cool to be acknowledged.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, it's just like mainly because of what you had said on stage, like how you had to go up and like deal with that.
yeah.
And most people would just like would be scared to talk about that in a sense because of the kind of climate that we're in. But it's like, fuck that. That's real. You know what I mean? Like. I understood your point of view.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So I was like, I fucks with that dude.
Well, I just I don't know why I talked about this with Josh Potter too. Like I don't know why I expect everybody with any sort of notoriety to be like a dick.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So it's always cool to see to have somebody in general be nice, because I'm not used to. I grew up being bullied and like and so it's always cool to have somebody like show you love. So it's nice.
And I always try to show love like authentically.
Yeah. It's just nice to, and especially in this city where people are just always doing their own thing, you know, to have somebody in something like comedy just go out of their way to say hi to you. You take it for granted almost.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen. My wife got a hug from one of her clients the other day, and she started crying. She's like, I don't remember the last time somebody other than you hugged me, because we've only been here 3 months.
Yeah.
And so she's like, people here just aren't affectionate or expressive. Like it's just so
because everyone's trying to do their own thing, and like when you're a convenience for a person, then they'll give you a hug.
Yeah. Goddamn.
Yeah, I've been getting a lot of hugs lately.
Yeah.
Just kidding. I'm like, I can't do nothing for you.
Well, what's next for you? What's anything cool coming up?
That's the Up Next Comedy Central in San Francisco, Clusterfest.
That's so dope.
Yeah, so super excited about that.
Who else is on that? I recognize one other big name.
Yeah, I didn't recognize anyone that I knew. You know what I mean? Like I said, I only been here like a year. You know what I mean? But I've had friends, you know, tell me like, oh, this cat's tight. You know what I mean? It's so funny because I knew a lot of people on like the showcase auditions. You know what I mean? I knew a lot of people but I didn't know anyone. I was expecting to see like some other homies and stuff on the lineup. But
do you have anybody you want to like do shows with that you hope you get to in the future? In the future,
man,
you want to do more music geared shit like you did at Sonic Temple?
I mean, I'm kind of versatile. I'd like to do whatever. That Sonic Temple shit was fun as fuck.
Yeah,
but I do love a good traditional comedy club vibe.
Yeah.
Anyone specific that I would love to work with? I mean, Fred Armisen.
Oh, I love Fred Armisen.
Love Fred Armisen. You know, even just to jam with him or something. You know what I mean? He's actually gonna be at Clusterfest, so I'm super excited. I hope I get to run into him. But like Fred Armisen, it's just like I just love his mind. You know what I mean? He just cracks me up. So
him on Parks and Rec, that Parks and Rec episode with him. Have you seen it?
Nuh-uh.
He's
is that still on Netflix? Parks and Rec?
Yeah. So it's
what
one
season?
Of the first. I think it's first or second season.
Okay.
He's like the leader of the Parks and Rec department in Venezuela.
Oh, okay.
It's so fucking funny. It's so funny.
So weird.
You already got me right there.
It's so fucking funny.
When you said
he's talking about all the reasons
Venezuela.
Yeah. He's talking about all the
sold.
reasons people go to jail in Venezuela. He's like, if you do not pick up your laundry, jail. you miss your dentist appointment, jail.
I bet he ripped
straight
that.
to jail.
I bet he riffed that too.
Yes, of course he did.
I know.
I loved the first few seasons of Portlandia too.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing I got coming up that I'm like super excited for.
Clusterfest.
Clusterfest.
Have you ever done anything with Tom Segura?
You know, actually, I years ago, I think it was like, shit, what was it?
I feel like you.
It was 2013. I opened up for him at and he wasn't even doing big clubs yet. It was a small club back home in Scottsdale, and I got to open up for him for one of the nights that he was there over the weekend.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, it was really cool.
Was he super cool?
Oh yeah, he's great.
Yeah.
And I've always thought like. I was like, this dude's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
You
well,
know
that's
what I mean?
what talking about, like keeping it low key. He was one of the guys that I was like, oh yeah, because he said he would just go home after stuff, and I'm like, this dude is my spirit animal.
Yeah.
I hate saying that, but it's just like, oh my god, thank God I don't have to fucking be out.
Yeah, man. I mean, people think that's what you need to do, but a lot of times, like, people just get caught up in shit, and I'm like, and then like a lot of conversations happen that I'm like, I don't want to be a part of this.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
You know?
Yes.
And it's like, oh, this is a shit talking fest. I'm like, all right, I'm out.
Yeah.
I'm going to Clusterfest. I'm just kidding.
I'm better than you. That's what all you have to say. Oh, hey guys, just so you know, I'm better than you. Travis, you want to go to Clusterfest? We can be on the next up. Next up.
The super next up.
We'll bring
next
a
up.
crate. We'll bring a crate and be in the parking lot.
Yeah.
I got a wireless
like a
speaker.
speak and spell.
Let's do it.
That's so fun. No, but like when I see you on big lineups and stuff, I don't really, like we only met that one time and we talked in passing and stuff.
Yeah.
But like I genuinely am happy for all the shit that you're doing. I think it's cool to see somebody like I considered you a friend right off the bat when you gave me DAP, and I was just like, yeah, like it's super fucking cool to see you doing stuff. It's super cool to see somebody who I'm like, yeah, he's a great person. He deserves everything that's coming, for him.
Yeah.
So it's fantastic.
And people
to
stop
see.
asking me why I still do open mics. People ask me that all the fucking time.
Yeah, that's
I'm like,
a stupid
what?
fucking question.
Yeah.
People don't understand.
I'm like,
Stupid
they're like,
fucking
man, you
question.
get on all these like big, like, why do you do an open mic, motherfucker? Because I like to do comedy.
Yeah. It's just
I don't think
that-
people understand what open mic is.
I
They
know.
just never have to do it anymore. I'm like, I have like all these big people's features come here to try out new stuff, and then
Yeah.
they go do big. Like, what do you think you're gonna eventually stop doing this?
Yeah,
then
exactly.
Stop doing it.
Yeah.
It's
I
so
know.
it's so stupid that people but people, I mean, like a lot of people I know think I'm, they're like, just go work the door at the Comedy Store, and I'm like, oh, okay, I'll go apply. Like, what the fuck? What do you think?
Get in line behind 100 other people.
Yeah.
God, yeah, no, I would work the Comedy Store if they asked
Bro,
me.
how many tattoos you got?
A lot. Yeah.
How many tattoos got? A lot. How many tattoos got? A lot.
I talked about this on a podcast. I saw him driving up here or driving up to.
Oh, they let
Haha
him
one
back
day.
in?
Literally outside of his house. He was getting into a car, and I'm like, "That's 21 Savage," because I just saw that stupid fucking thing on his face.
Damn, that's funny.
Yeah, I know. And he was just sitting like, and he, because I looked in the rear view, I looked at him, and then I looked again, and he's just like with that fucking grimace.
Yeah, the grimace. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, he made that song about me, and he was saying tattoos, not money. Tattoos, yeah, a lot.
A lot.
I don't know. It's probably like 70 or 80 now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What? Outside?
What?
Oh. I was like, how do we go from tats to the weather?
Yes, the weather. It's very warm. It's very warm.
I was like, what? It's probably like 70 or 80 now.
It's humid. It's
Yeah.
very.
Legs too?
I got legs, torso, stomach. Not everything covered.
What hurt the worst for you?
My neck was really painful.
Like,
Like on the side, yeah. And
Really?
my stomach really fucking hurt.
damn.
Yeah.
I got Iggy Pop Raw Power
Yeah.
tattooed on my that fucking,
It sucks, right?
That fucking and my the artist that did it, fucking he's great. He when I got there, I went and laid down, and he was like, "No, you're sitting up for this," and I was like, "Okay," and and I had to
good.
fucking sit there, dude, and at that point, like my pits are like sweating, dude. It was fucking but he did it so damn fast.
Oh, that's
He was great. Like he just fucking,
But you get that cold chill too. You're just like,
yeah,
like it-
yeah.
yeah. Because this was the latest one I got was on my neck. I made the appointment. And,
That shading probably had to fucking
It was
be brutal.
so bad because the girl who did it, her name is Heather Bailey at the Martlet, and she's so fucking good. She does like really dark stuff. Like she loves like witches. And
Yeah,
shit
yeah,
like that. And she is like my height. So how tall are you?
5'11" or
Oh.
5'10".
Okay,
What
yeah,
the
so
fuck am I? 5'11".
she's like 6'1" ish, and
Big girl.
like she's married to.
I'm sorry.
She's married to the
All
guitarist.
all his PC followers aren't gonna like that.
God, I hope I don't have any PCs.
All right.
She's married to the guitarist, I think, of Ceremony. This band Ceremony. It's like a hardcore band.
Oh, okay, okay.
And so she's like super punk rock, like into Misfits and stuff like that. Has like a mohawk. And so I'm like trying to be cool, and she's fucking like drilling this thing into my neck.
Dude, that had to be brutal. How
Oh,
long did that
so
take? An
bad.
hour?
Like an hour and a half, 2 hours. Yeah.
Yeah, that would
It
have
was
fucked my
really
world
fucking
up.
painful. But and she's like, the healing is gonna be a bitch. It was a piece of cake. just because it was done. I was like, I'm so glad
Yeah.
I don't ever have to go back.
Oh no, the healing's gonna be great.
Yeah, it was fantastic. No,
Yeah.
I had not a good time at all. I just remember sitting there the first like half hour. I'm like, this isn't that bad, and then I was like, it hurts now.
Yeah.
Right after that, adrenaline stops. Yeah.
I would have cried.
Yeah, it was a bummer.
That would have
Those
made
are
me.
hard
That would have made me angry.
Yeah, it's annoying fucking pain. You're just
Are you gonna tattoo my fucking neck? I paid for it. Fuck
just
you.
oh, sorry. I didn't mean to hit
That's okay.
I hit Travis's screen when
Oh,
I was
that'd be
trying to
funny.
swing on the.
I'm the one that paid for the tattoo. Told them where I want it, but I fucked them up for doing it.
Piece of shit offered me
Piece of
gum
shit.
in the
Yeah,
middle.
I know, right? They asked me to a fucking movie. What?
Not respecting Oasis,
Yeah.
motherfucker. I want to hear somebody bad talk Oasis in front of you. So
They
you're
won't
just
do
like,
it.
Yeah, that's amazing.
A lot of people are terrified.
Yeah, of course. Now I'm gonna go listen to Oasis though.
Yeah.
Well, shit. Do you have anything else you want to plug? Clusterfest.
Just that right now. I'm trying to think of what else.
What's your Instagram? Is it just
At Shapel Lacey, ShapelLacey.
Lacey?
Mm-hmm.
Keep an eye out for this man. I really appreciate you being on.
Yeah, thanks for having
This was
me.
a blast. Dude.
Yeah.
How you feel about it, Travis?
I'm feeling good, dude.
You
Yeah.
like it? Are we leaving this friends? Are we?
Yeah. I dapped you up for a reason.
Okay, good. I appreciate that. I need to get some sort of validation from guests that they didn't feel obligated to do my podcast.
No, that's like I know when you wrote me, you're like, it's cool if you don't want to, or whatever. I'm
I
like,
never know what to say.
I know. I'm like, yo, yes.
Josh Potter said the same fucking thing.
I'm sitting here
He's like,
what
now
the
that you
fuck?
gave me an out, yeah, nope,
Yeah.
don't want to do it.
I was like, what the fuck, dude?
I'm very self-conscious.
I guess.
I'm a
Just
very.
fucking, yeah, man. I get it if you don't want to. I know.
You never know if you got stuff going on or if you're like, I don't do podcasts, bitch.
No, I love them.
Okay, yeah, no, this was a blast.
I say yes to all of them. So
Oh fuck yeah. Okay, yeah. Well, this was a great episode.
thank you.
So yeah, thanks again for coming in, Travis. Thank you as always.
Always.
And everybody keep blacking out. Make sure you email stories into blackoutpod@gmail.com and follow the Instagram, like and subscribe, all that shit.
Yeah, all my homies that go through and listen to this shit, man. Make sure you fuck with this dude.
Me
Yeah.
and Travis Clyburn,
And
Yeah.
Travis,
but mostly
yeah.
me.
Just fucking rule out Travis.
Travis is the shit.
Yeah.
You're specifically in my one review that I have on iTunes that somebody
Oh, that's
left
nice.
a thing. I have like 20 reviews, but somebody's like, Travis is great and his laugh is amazing. And
Look
so-
at that.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
just like to
see?
be a disembodied voice.
Yeah,
that
my
every now
dad
and again
loves you
occurs.
too.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, my
Well,
dad's like, that guy that you have on, he's so funny.
Hi,
Yeah.
Pete's dad.
Yeah. Shit, yeah. Thank
Shout
you
out
guys.
Pete's dad.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right.